Good morning, it's Pamela from Yorkshire in the north of England. Sorry it's been so long since I've been on. I can't really blame anything but apathy. I had a serious case of the CBAs. Now, if you don't know what CBA is, as far as I know, it's British, Australian and New Zealand that use it, and it's slang, so look it up. So CBA. Anyway, I obviously had the concerns about coming on without a front tooth. I still haven't got it done because when they took out the other one, the front, they said they didn't want to do the bridge until August because you know, they wanted everything to shrink as it should be to get the best fit. So I went with that, but then I thought, well, I've got my holiday coming up. I'm going away for a weekend. I've got my holiday coming up with Brian. That's in a couple of weeks. And I thought, I can't do that without a tooth. So I went back and they've done me a temporary denture. Now, I think I'm lisping. I sound, in my head, I sound like I'm lisping. But everybody says I sound normal. So, but if I'm not clear enough, I am sorry. It's because I've got this temporary denture. Can I just say, though, the years I had pain with that tooth, and it got worse when I had the accident. You know, because it got knocked. I would say to anybody, do it. You know, it's way better without it. I was so concerned though about losing a tooth at the front that, you know, we kept hanging on to it, and it wasn't worth hanging on to. Being pain free, which I am now, as much as I'm conscious that I've got this temporary denture in, is way better than it felt before. So, you know, take the bull by the horns if you have a similar problem and get on with it. I haven't done a lot crochet wise because, like I said, I've been away to the Cotswolds. I did take a project with me, but I never got to do it. It was family meet-up, was that. I have family in Oxfordshire. You know, I don't have many family that I have a lot to do with, but there was my uncle who lived in Leeds, and his widow I'm still obviously in touch with. Those are very important members of family to me. I've got the ones that's in Oxfordshire, and then there's just my nephews really. I don't have a lot of contact with other family because, well, I don't have any contact with most of them. So, you know, these people are very important to me. So we used to meet up when my uncle was alive, and you know, we had a couple of breaks away where we, you know, met up and had a good time together. And but we said we'd do it again, even though my uncle's gone, because obviously my auntie means a lot to me. So we went down to the Cotswolds and we met them. We had a sort of like an half a day with them, and then the rest of the time me, Nick and my auntie we had a day in Barton-on-the-Water, which is one of the loveliest places. Went to Birdland and to the Motor Museum in Barton-on-the-Water, and if you follow me on Instagram you probably saw some pictures from there. When we met my relatives, we went to a church in Ilmingham, and it's one where it had been the woodwork had been done by Robert Thompson, who was known as the Mouse Man. And it's because every piece of work he carved, he put a mouse on it. It's beautiful. It's really beautiful. I long to own a piece of Mouseman. There's the Kilburn, I think it is. It's where the workplace is. The I don't know what you call it really, the studio, whatever is. And I'd love to go and see it. It's something like that, Kilburn or Leyburn or something like that in North Yorkshire. So yeah, that was really good, and it does give you clues as to where the mice are, but you can go look from yourself, and there's 11 and we found them. We did need a couple of clues, but you know, it was it was fun, you know, plus we got to spend time with the family. So that was a good weekend, very tiring. So my tooth, I have actually wrote a couple of things down because I thought I'd not remember. Oh, another thing, I know this isn't, it's not really anything at all, but we got new phones, and that's another reason, because on my new phone, although it's downloaded all my apps, I've lost all the you know, my introductions and, you know, what have you on my new phone. And anyway, it just came to me, why don't you film on your old phone? Because I hadn't set it to factory settings yet, so that's what I'm doing. I'm going to keep my old phone to film on, because it's got all, until I can be bothered moving them over to my new one. The other thing I've been doing a lot of, which I mentioned last time, which is my family tree. And we've gone down rabbit holes, both my husband and I, with our family trees, but it's fascinating. And I discovered that, you know, I said at the beginning of my YouTube story that I have family in Sheffield. Well, one of the lines that married into that family, so they are my direct ascendants. They came from a village in Derbyshire called Stony Middleton, as it turned out. So last weekend, my husband and I went and had a wander around Stony Middleton, and they all were baptised, married, and buried from the church in the village. And I found the grave of my 5 times great grandparents. I do go back further in that village, but I couldn't see the graves. Obviously, some of the graves are all a bit worn. This one was very well preserved, and I think it's because of its situation in the churchyard. It's really well, you can see it really well. I was so excited. I came around the corner, and Nick was looking in another part. We were just looking for names, you know, these names, and hopefully to tie them up with the family tree later if we could. But I found one that I'd already knew who they were, and it was so exciting, because, like, say, 5 times my great grandparents. He was born in 1790 and died in what year was it now? No, tell a lie. No, 1770, and died in 1810. He was only 39 years old, and his wife, I can't remember the details, but she lived till 76. And so we found that one. There were another 3 generations back, but we didn't find them. But that is so exciting to see in front of you, you know, people who were your ascendants, you know. So lots more work to do. I mean, I've obviously got, I won't have much chance at finding them in Sheffield, because obviously it's a huge place, and there's, you know, multiple graveyards and the chance of falling upon it. But when you get one that's a small village, you've got more chance of finding details. So I'm absolutely thrilled to go there. In fact, if I think on, I'll put a little video montage of that together and put it on. That's if you know, I can move over from one phone to another. So that's so exciting. So really enjoying that. I'm concentrating at the moment on my mum's line in Bristol, you know, but I think I've got back to 4 times great grandparents, but I'm struggling now to get back a bit further. I have tried to have a little look in Bristol Cemetery, but it's overgrown at the moment. The bit where my parents are is not too bad, but the older graves are all grown over, so it's a bit harder to look. But yeah, I'll keep on at it, but really enjoying it, really enjoying that. So sorry for just dribbling on, but it's all stuff I've been up to. So yeah, like I say, preparing for going to my on holiday with Brian, going to Llandudno. Really looking forward to that. And I think it'll be a good place for him. You know, it's nice and flat, and I think he'll enjoy it. So yeah, that's in a couple of weeks. think that's about it really. I've probably done a lot of things, but I'm just too, you know, I can't remember them all. But I did, I think I told you I was trying the new wonder drug that they have for like diabetics, which semaglutide. Made me feel really awful, which I think is part of the problem with this feeling flat business, you know. And I didn't, it was really uncomfortable, to be honest. I did not enjoy it at all. Why people want to take it, you know, to lose weight when they shouldn't have it, you know, I don't know, you know, because it's a big trend at the moment, you know, people are paying privately for it, lying about the weight so they can get it. Why they'd want to do that, I don't know, because it made me feel dreadful. So we had to stabilise after that, and I went back to the one I'd been on, which I know wasn't working properly for me, but it was better than that one. And then I'm trying a new, not a new drug, it's been out for a long time, I'm trying a new one now. So we're stabilising fairly well, but I've had, like, you know, things like this, my usual stuff, anemia and all that. I've had another run in with that. It all doesn't help when you're feeling a bit flat and apathetic, like I say, CBA, you know. So I you know, but I think I'm getting back there, and you know, people have reached out to me since I've been absent, you know. I think, yeah, I want to get back to talking to y'all really, so that's why I'm here today, even though I haven't got a great deal to show. I've shelved my blanket again for a bit. I think that's going to come in fits and starts. The runner's the same. It's not that I am enjoying it, but the pattern's still not going in properly, and I have to be able to just sit there and mindlessly do it, you know. I don't want to keep referring to instructions. If I spent any considerable time on it, I probably would get it in my head, but you know, I'm just not in that mood. Anyway, so what I thought was start something new. So, you know, I got the an order from Wool Warehouse to do some shawls and stroke scarves for myself. As it happens, I'm not going to keep this one, I'm going to give this one away. But I bought this pattern to use for primarily, I should have started with this actually, because this is using something else that I want to use. I bought this pattern so that I could make, you know, the skein of yarn I got from Spring Festival in Leeds. Spring into Wool, I think it was called, when I put that on a while back. And I got it from Attic Spring Dye, which was, it's a beautiful skein of yarn. So I bought this pattern to do that with. I think it was about £4. I got it off Etsy. It's Annie's design, and I think her real name is Carmen. It's probably, yeah, Carmen Effernan. And like I say, she does go under Annie's design, I think, on YouTube. Anyway, I think you can get instructions for some of these on YouTube, but I bought the pattern. So, oh, sorry, I didn't get it off it. I got it on Ravelry. Sorry, apologies, Ravelry. And like I said, I think it was about £4. Really pretty scarf, stroke, asymmetric shawl. And but I thought, instead of going straight in with the Antique Spring Dye, I thought I'd use one of the Yarnsmith Pebble Lace prints that I bought, and this one is colour 320, and it's Monmouth is the colourway. So I've done this so far. It's nearly finished actually, because with it being a bit thicker than the other one, but I think it'll be fine, and I'm going to use it for I'm going to gift it to a stall that's been put up. I forget what the event is, but it's my friend Pearl that's got a stall going, so I'm going to donate it to that, I think. And I think it'll look all right on. You know, there's plenty to go around. I think it'll be fine. My only disappointment with this yarn is, and it is nice to use, it's a cotton acrylic mix, it's really nice to use, is it had a join in the middle. And it's obviously got the colour prints, you know, that go through it. So I've tied in the end now, otherwise I could have pointed it out to you, but I had to unwind quite a lot on the ball in order to get to something like the similar colour, which is a bit disappointing, you know, to join it again, because I wanted the flowing colours. That is my only, I hate that when you buy one of these like cakes, I expect to use it from beginning to end and it to all match, and I found that very disappointing. But I've made it work, so that's okay. I'm using a 4.5mm hook. The yarn does actually recommend a 4, but you know, for bit of drapiness, I thought I'll go with a 4.5. I think I could have actually gone up to a 5, but yeah, it is really nice. I've just undone it again. Do you know, I'm always undoing this bit here. It's because I put it around my neck, isn't it? So yeah, that is that. Now what I'm going to use this for, and that's why I'm showing it now without finishing it properly. You know, my by hook or by crook challenge for Marlow Murder Club, this is going to represent the Thames. I mean, I know the Thames is a bit murkier than this, but I thought the blues, I thought that will represent the River Thames, which Judith swims in daily. So that's one of my makes for my by hook or by crook challenge, which is ending on the 30th of June, if you remember. So again, if you want to join me, please do. I'm planning on doing something else, but whether it'll be crochet or not, I don't know, because I'm just not that. I am committed, I'm just not. It's not the only thing I'm doing at the moment. You know what we're like, we keep going from one thing to another, and I'm enjoying the other stuff, you know, as well. So it's a bit and I'll tell you something else, it's getting the new chairs, the recliner chairs, that hasn't really helped, because I thought I'd like to crochet them, and I am crocheting them, but I'm enjoying watching television, you know, with like with my feet up and looking, you know. So I need to combine the two again, you know. But I am enjoying my new chairs, definitely. We're coming up to having a few bits of work done actually. We're having the back garden landscaped. That's going to be August, I think. Finally booked it. I think that's but yeah, I'm having a few things done. So yeah, it's life's progressing. So I hope this is watchable. I hope you're pleased to see me back. I certainly want to be back with the community that we have on YouTube. I do enjoy it. Talking of community, starting the Christmas extravaganza for this year on the 1st of July. So with K&K Crochet and others, and I don't know who's in this time, but it'll become apparent when we get to the 1st of July. I do mine in real time, so I will be crocheting as I go along, so hopefully I can get my Crojo in gear in order to do that, because I like to do it as I go along and then show you when I've finished the project. I have got some ideas, I've got them all out ready to go, so it's just a matter of actually doing it. So there's that. I think that's it coming up. But I will be back. Like I say, I feel guilty because I haven't got a lot of crochet to show you, because that's what my channel's about, Ginger Cat Crochet. And it seems to become more about me moaning on about my life and other things that's going on. But some of you say you like that, you like the chattiness of it, so that'd be good if you do. But like I say, I don't feel like I'm giving you what I started this channel for. But that is me. I hope I've covered everything there. I hope you can hear me despite my tooth. But in a way, like I say, I'm a lot better as I am, so that's good. I hope this is okay. It's funny, isn't it? I've lost my formula, you know what I do. But anyway, we're back, and that's the main thing. So anyway, take care of yourself. Enjoy the rest of the day, whatever you're doing. In fact, enjoy the weekend, because it is a Friday. And I'll see you hopefully soon.